guys, my name's Golden. Welcome to another Ikoria preview deck tech. So there's a new cycle of cards that came out with this set, throwbacks to old ones, and that's the Ultimatum spells. So there's 7 mana sorceries, but they all have extremely powerful effects. And one of the most powerful, probably the most powerful one, in my opinion, is the Abzan one. So that's Eerie Ultimatum here. I'll pull it up. Return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's any number of any permanents. So that's creatures, planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, lands. So any permanent card, as long as it has a different name, you're bringing out from the graveyard into the battlefield. Now it is 7 mana, which is expensive, but with the green deck, that's not always that expensive. So what's our game plan to get to that? Obviously, we're running a ton of different named cards. So most cards don't have more of a 2 of. Some of the more powerful ones I put 3. But most of them are 1s and 2 ofs and then ramp spells. So on the lower end, we have our mana dorks. We have Paradise Druid. We have all 4 of the Paradise Druid because it's that powerful. We also have a new one, Skull Prophet, which is a mana dork for black green. But it also gives you the ability, if you're not going to use that mana early in the game, this is going to be our main source of dumping cards into the graveyard to hopefully bring back later on the line with the Ultimatum. I decided to go with Kethis here. So most of our spells are legendary. We have Polychronos, we have Sorin, we have Questing Beast, we have the new Nethroi, I guess that's how you pronounce it, Nethroi, Apex of Death. So pretty much all of our spells here are legendary. All the planeswalkers are legendary, everything like that. And so this is going to give us a discount on that and hopefully let us play those cards out a little earlier. If they die, so be it. We can bring them back with the Ultimatum at the end. The only thing with the Ultimatum that kind of... all of these 7 mana spells are going to be susceptible for counters if they know what you're playing. So I don't know long term how these are going to really affect the meta. I don't think these are going to be huge build around cards. We'll see. Maybe there's some things I haven't thought of that make stuff uncounterable. But in the meantime, for the early access event, this is going to be a ton of fun to play with and a ton of fun to build around. So other than that, we have some things to help us stay alive. Banishing Light. We have Shatter the Sky in here. Even though we're playing these low to the ground creatures, we do have a Shatter the Sky because if we're up against something a little bit more aggressive, we're probably going to need to clear the board. And we can always bring back anything that we kill, any creatures that we kill with the Ultimatum anyways. So that kind of will dump some things into the graveyard. And this Ultimatum is going to be a late game play anyways. I have the Titanith Rex here, one of the Godzilla cards. And it's expensive. It's 9 mana, but it has a really cheap cycling cost. So this is something that if we cycle it out to draw the card, then we can bring it back with the Ultimatum later on down the line as well. New Vivian Planeswalker here. We do have a decent amount we have a lot of creatures in this deck, so it's something we get a little bit of extra here. We can put the 3/3 body on there, and then with some of our medium-sized creatures or larger creatures, if we're not at the Ultimatum yet, we can put them down and bring it back. So I wanted to play around with this card. I think this card's going to be good. I mean, obviously you can put this in blue-green decks and it's going to be good already, but I wanted to try it out in this deck as well, since we want to have a diverse amount of creatures and planeswalkers, so it opens up the door for a lot of different things. And then we have Nissa. So Nissa, I think, if we're trying to get to 7 mana, you got to have Nissa. If you put Nissa down on 5, you're probably going to be able to play the Ultimatum the next turn. Also, Nissa is Nissa, and it's one of the most powerful green cards in the game, especially in Standard right now. And so I think it's something you have to have in there if you want to play it. So Ever is a 3 of, just so we can increase the odds of getting her down. And that's it. So that's the deck. I didn't go too far. Like, I didn't do a singleton deck or anything like that because I don't think that's necessary. I think you want to play good cards, and then if you're dumping them into the graveyard, you still have other copies that you can play, and then just bring back all the heavy hitters at the end. So that's my Abzan list. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to throw it together, or if you want to see how it performs, I'm going to play it on Wednesday at the Early Access Streamer event sponsored by Wizards, and we're going to have a good time. So thank you guys. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time.